Hi guys, Jane here, and NaNoWriMo is coming soon, and I was wanting to talk to you a little bit about some of the tools you can use to write your novel in NaNoWriMo. A lot of people think you just have to have a laptop or a computer, but you don't. There's other choices, and I think in some cases the other choices are easier because they're more portable. I'm recording this right now on my laptop, but my laptop is fairly big and I can't take it everywhere with me. And I do apologize about the background noise. The library is a little bit loud today. Um, so the first way you can write your novel is in a journal. Ooh, these are two of the journals I have um, that I use. This is more for ideas, and this is more for outlining. But you could totally draft a book in either one of these. And if you're doing NaNoWriMo and want an approximate word count, what you would do is you would find a typical line. You'll see that my handwriting is terrible. You would find a typical line, count how many words you put in that line, how many lines there are, and get an approximate word count for your day. If you're worried that that's not accurate enough, I would count about 5 lines and do an average of the words for that. And then once you do the math average of that, find how many words, approximate words per page you're getting. Some of the great things about using a notebook is that you're not going to edit yourself. You're not going to go back and fix things. You're just going to pretty much soldier on and write. The downside is you're going to have to type everything again or type everything into a computer at some point. But in some ways that can be nice. When I first started writing, I rough drafted on a notebook, and then I would put everything I would type everything into the computer. So my very first draft was on paper, my second draft was on the computer, and then that had a pretty clean place for a third draft. So I definitely recommend it. There's a lot of advantages to writing your story in a journal if that's something you want. And again, this is a fairly small one. I can stick it in my purse, really easy to carry around instead of my fairly large laptop. The next option you have, and this is my favorite, this is what I'm using. This is my Neo Alpha Smart, or Alpha Smart Neo number 2. If you don't have one and you want one, they are amazing. So basically, this is an electronic typewriter. And it doesn't get online, it doesn't do anything fancy, all it does is type. There is a USB cord that plugs in up here, and you plug it into the computer when you're done and transfer files. It's so simple, so easy. And as of last year when I got this, I have been first drafting all of my books on this. It's nice because there's no internet, so there's no distractions. It's also smaller than a laptop, so it's a lot more portable. And this was very inexpensive. I bought mine for $50, I think, on Amazon. I saw some as little as $20 on eBay when I was looking. And I bought a similar model for a friend. Hers is an actual Alpha Smart. I think it was one of the older models. I bought it for her for Christmas maybe last year. I don't know what the occasion was, but I bought it and she liked it. So I love my Neo. I highly recommend it. The way it works is you turn it on, it'll boot up. I need to get new batteries. And you tell it that yes, you want to do that word, and then it opens a file. So I have this file that's written. Oh, see, you only can see a little bit at a time, but that's nice because you're just kind of focused on what you're doing, and it makes it easier to write forward. Each of these buttons, the files 1 through 8, hold about 10,000 words, give or take. So you can do up to 8,000 words approximately on this before you absolutely have to convert over to the laptop. It saves automatically, so you don't have to worry about losing your work unless the whole thing breaks down, which that kind of sucks. But you're also not going to accidentally have it close and, the things that happen on a laptop. But yeah, I think this is the best $50 I've ever spent, and I recommend it to anybody who's a writer. And if you have friends who are writers, this is the best writerly gift in the freaking world. It's amazing. The bad thing about writing on this is you can't keep a word count, and it's really too hard to try. So you would almost, if you're looking to really keep up on how many words you're doing, need to send it to your laptop regularly to update your word count. The other thing is, because you're only seeing like 4 lines, it can be hard to remember what you've just written. And it's hard to go back and read what you've written before. So I have to take really good notes of this is what the next scene is I'm writing so that I don't get lost. But still, overall, great to use. I love it. The next thing is a speech to text program that I have called Speech Notes. I'm pulling it up on my computer. All right, or on my phone. So it's a free program. It has ads, that's why it's free. And you can dictate what you are saying and it'll type it. Now, I have not had luck with it. I don't think it works very good for me, but especially if you are trying to write fairly quickly and you know you are going to do edits, it's not bad. So let's turn it on. All right, I'm turning it on and you should be able to see it start typing what I'm saying. And as you'll see, it's not particularly accurate, which is one of the reasons I didn't love using it. However, if you are more compatible with these things, it's not a bad thing to have, and it certainly types a lot faster than, or you can speak a lot faster than you can type. So I can't really recommend this, although it's free. I don't know if Dragon is better. I've heard some people say Dragon is better because you can train it. But again, maybe this will work for you, especially if your voice is a lot more clear than mine. I don't think this thing thinks my voice is all that clear, and that's part of the problem. I don't love it. I started using it and stopped because the edits was such a pain. But you might have some kind of program that works better, or maybe this program will hear you better than it hears me. So that's an option too. Again, the downside is the edits are rough, but especially if you speak very clearly and that picks up very clearly, you can type so much faster on that. I know when I was doing it, I was doing about 500 words in 10 minutes, and that takes me about 30 minutes to type. So worth a shot. Again, Dragon might be better because you can train it, but I don't know. I've never used Dragon. That's free, so anybody can use it. Worth it, not to me, but maybe to you. So yeah, those are the tools that I'm using for Nano, or not using in the case of the speech to text, but I wanted to throw that out there. I'm doing like my preliminary chapters in a journal. So doing like a rough sketch of it, my outlines in the journals, and then actually typing on my Neo. And then after I do my Neo, I will probably, once I get about 10,000 words, since I know each file holds about 10,000, that's when I'll transfer to my computer. So that is my tools for Nano. What are you guys using to write your story on? Are you just using your laptop? Are there any, tricks as far as what programs work best for you? Any cheats or hacks or anything you guys know about? Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.